and welcome to HyzerMedia's tournament coverage of the Women's Open of PA, presented by Home Again Disc Golf. Welcome to the Round 1 Back 9 coverage. If you haven't checked out the Front 9, make sure you look at that first. Huge thank you to all of our Patreon supporters and family for this coverage. My name's Emily Dale, and joining me in the booth today is Kayla Hess.
Yeah, great front 9 by all these players. Super looking forward to seeing how they tackle this back 9.
Yep, so Molly right now is leading at even, and we're headed into some tough holes. So hole 10, 244 feet, par 3. Shout out to Home Again for sponsoring this hole.
Molly, one nice flex, maybe turned it over a little too much. Oh.
Yeah, the risk of turning a shot over here is that it can easily sail downhill. This is one of those points that it's hard to tell from the shot, but it's up on top of one of the valleys. So you're looking down into the valley and things can easily turn all the way down to the bottom.
Fortunately, I think Maggie's got a nice kick there. Nikki didn't quite turn it over enough. Found a tree there.
Yeah, this is one of those scary gaps where a flex shot's a great way to play it here. We'll see how Eden attacks it. This looks great.
Wow. Gets a beautiful turn.
Wow. What a shot. Goes a little bit long, but what a beautiful shot.
Yeah, I have a feeling she'll like that putt there.
Great recovery there to hopefully save par for Nikki there.
Yeah. So it's one of the harder holes on the day, averaging a whole half stroke over par. But this pro card seems to be tackling it pretty well.
You can see the rope installed by the course owner. They really did a lot to go above and beyond for player safety and just making sure that everybody was comfortable as they're walking down these steep hills here. Molly nestles in under the basket there, and here's Eden's look for birdie. Sails a little past, but she should have a short recovery.
Nice par there.
Thank you.
Nice par frame there by our feature FPO card.
So hole 11, this is a huge downhill hole. I know it's only 263 feet, but you feel like it's going forever downhill. It is a par 3 sponsored by Chris Miller. We can see that OB Creek running through the middle of the fairway. And then we do have some briars right behind the basket, so you do not want to go long on this hole.
Molly pulling out her forehand.
Kayla, do you like the forehand play here, or do you like the turnover play?
I like the turnover. Personally, I don't have a forehand, so I prefer the turnover. I've only played this hole a few times, but it seems to work out pretty well.
Ooh, and a beautiful shot here by Maggie.
Might have helped.
Great tree love at the end there.
There really is a maze of trees to get through off the tee.
Mm-hmm. And you always risk hitting one and falling into the OB, but thankfully we haven't seen that yet. We can see Eden go with the forehand here.
That's a pass.
Looking good.
Oh, you're good, you're good. Yeah.
You hear the excitement when you drop not in the creek, so it looks like she was safe.
Nikki trying to find someone.
I think a maze of trees is a good way to describe that.
Oh. And that unfortunate backwards roll.
Bad reaction off the tree, but it looked like a good shot.
Nice.
That's
it. You always have to hold your breath on those ones.
Mm-hmm. Good run there.
And where Eden was, it's a great position to really run it because you do have the hill behind the basket that will catch it from going too far. So she was in a good position there.
Luckily, that sat right by the basket.
It's a good flag.
Mhm.
We had players come from all across Pennsylvania and even all other states. We had some New York representation, some Maryland representation. So it was such a great event. So hole 12, this one's a short one. It's a par 3, 155 feet. The creek is in play, and I saw a lot of people get stuck in that creek. A lot of players you'll see go with a light flick shot here.
Molly catches that early tree there.
Looks like she stayed safe though, so that's good. Can it hold? See Maggie leaking into the creek there.
Eden with her beautiful forehand.
Yeah, that shot from Eden with her trusty zone looked beautiful. It's interesting to see the different ways the players approach this hole. I think it was 50-50, and that was a great turnover from Nikki.
Yeah, I don't know about you, Emily, but I definitely would prefer the forehand on this hole.
Oh yeah, I tried a couple different shots, and the forehand was the one that seemed to want to find the inbounds the most here.
Oof.
Great bid.
Yeah, giving a great look there. Hole 12 was the easiest hole on the day. Eden getting one of the 5 birdies in the FPO field there. And Nikki doing just the same thing.
Some good putts here. I think players are happy to be putting on flat ground. The last couple baskets have been either elevated or on a hill, so everybody is excited. So heading into the first par 4 of the course, or the second par 4, I should say, hole 13, 330 feet. There is the creek that comes into play on the left-hand side, and we do have a slightly elevated basket here with some guardian trees around the green. Looks like Eden's lining up a forehand shot. She has such a powerful forehand. I'm excited to see how this plays.
Oh, that's pretty.
Oh. That was a nice flick.
She does catch a tree, but she still got pretty far down the fairway there. This is the first hole where players really get a good chance to open up and give a good drive in a while. So they've been in the woods for a while with some shorter shots. So they're starting to pull out some of their faster speed discs here and opening up again.
Leaves that one a little low and gets a tree kick.
Thankfully, she gets caught up before sneaking into the creek there on that side.
Oh no. That was so satisfying.
The sound of trees getting hit was something that was a common sound this weekend, but we'll see how these ladies recover from those shots. Again, this one's a par 4, so even an early tree kick, you can recover fairly easily. How did this hole play for the FPO field?
13. Surprisingly, only the 7th most difficult, I believe the 7th most difficult hole averaged a whole stroke over par.
Wow.
Oh, Eden's forehand getting knocked down. Didn't look too happy about that.
Oh. Trying to throw it in. There's her zone again. When that zone's in her hand, the basket better watch out. Looks like Nikki is a little tight to this tree here. We'll see how she can throw this shot. And again, it looks like she's trying to throw it in too. It looks like she gets caught up. Thankfully, those rocks can spit the disc out if you do miss the basket.
Oh no. Yep.
Maggie knew it out of her hand. She was a little bit offline there. Catches a tree.
And I'm sorry, my mistake. This hole was actually averaging par. Forgot. This hole was a par 4 instead of a par 3, so it averaged right at par, which for this hole is pretty good for these ladies.
Yeah, absolutely.
Be very tricky.
It's very challenging to make that adjustment once you're used to making those tight technical shots to really open up and still make a technical shot at full power.
Yeah.
And you can see some struggles on this hole from the card, catching some of those trees and cleaning up some tough scores here. Nikki putting in a birdie. That's a great score on this hole.
Very, very nice.
That brings her back tied with Molly. All right, hole 14. This is another one where the creek runs right in the middle of the fairway. It's a par 3, 215 feet. This one seemed to play well as a HyzerCast, and shout out to Norse Gods for sponsoring this hole.
Look at that.
On turnover and absolutely parking it. What a shot.
Ooh.
Going a little long there. You can see the body language of everybody on the team trying to urge the disc towards the basket.
This looks to be a little too turned over, but gets caught up in the branches up there.
She'll have a scary putt looking downhill towards OB, but we'll see if she runs it.
Satisfying snap.
Eden going to the flex shot with the zone. Going a little long there, but might have an obstructed look with that tree. Oof.
Maggie gives a nice bid. Fortunately rolls down the hill.
A tough comebacker there for her on the bottom of the hill. Oh no, Molly with a
Sit
roll.
down.
Oh
Sit down.
no.
No.
Oh, what a brutal roll. You can see that OB comes into play on a lot of these holes, and it does make it a challenge. Even though these holes are short, danger is everywhere.
Luckily that one sits up there for her.
So I believe Nikki should be tapping in the only birdie on this card for this hole.
I believe so. And beautiful drive she had.
So heading into hole 15 again, so we were playing the A position for this round. This is a 170-foot par 3 sponsored by Jolene. And again, I think this one plays as a good forehand shot to avoid any fade down the hill, but it looks like some players are going with the turnover to try to get up to the green.
Cuts into the ground a little early there for Nikki, but still a good shot.
Yeah. This looks a little more Hyzer out of the hand than she might have liked, but she does get caught up and should have another scary look at the basket. Maggie opting for the standstill. And that's some of the danger that can come with that backhand turnover shot if the disc shoots back down towards hole 12.
Yeah. This fairway is very slanted, as we see there. Molly rolls down the hill, but can definitely be very unforgiving.
Yeah. There was some brush at the bottom of this hill that would prevent a lot of the players from rolling into the creek, so that is the only positive of the roll away on this hole. It should be fairly safe. Does not make for an easy upshot, though. Although it does give players a good feel for what's to come in round 2 for the look at the B position.
Nikki giving this a run.
Oh, good tree. Good tree. Does Eden run it? Of course she does. Great birdie.
Yeah.
Nice putt there by Maggie.
Cleaning up here, and you can hear some of the yells and cheers in the background again. It was such a great event with so much positivity and so much support from everybody. Hole 16, we have a downhill shot. So this was one where we started to feel that headwind from the field there. 205 feet downhill, tight fairway, some danger behind the basket. No OB behind the basket. It's just the creek there and then the parking lot and pasture.
Yeah, I want to try and keep your discs low, especially if you're throwing backhand. Avoid that fade out to the left there. That can be very unkind.
Eden pushing a little bit long, but she should have a nice look. This looks a little high, and you can see that's the danger. It sails past the basket there on the upper end of that hill.
Maggie going standstill, a little bit to the right, but seems to get through most of it. Has a nice kick back into the fairway.
That looks like a great shot from Molly, and gets caught up a little bit, and oh no! I niced her on coverage. It looks like she rolled a little bit, hopefully not too far. What a putt!
Wow.
That was huge.
Very huge putt.
I'm gonna give the basket a hug for that one. Beautiful line all the way there. Love it. Oof.
Good bit.
Good look from Eden. You have a tap in par there. Everybody's cleaning up and getting ready to head over to hole 17. So hole 17 is where the wind started to really come into play for these players. We do have a 285-foot par 3 for the A position here. The horse pasture is OB and the road and across is OB. So it's a fairly tight landing zone for players, especially with the wind being unpredictable. So we'll see how players attack this hole here today.
Maggie up here first. Puts a nice hyzer on this one.
Yeah, it looks like that's a little high and a little tight. That's going to push into that field. And you can see the headwind ripping on that flag there. Just indicates the challenges that these players are seeing. And we can see Eden's disc just turning over with that headwind coming out of the woods there, pushing her OB as well.
Let's see if Nikki can make a correction here. Looks to be more out to the right. Should be a better line.
Oh, got safe there at the last second.
Looks to be a pretty good shot here by Molly and
What a great shot
next to the basket.
Beautiful line all the way there. So Maggie and Eden do proceed to the drop zone there at the end of this fairway to give them a straight look up to the basket.
Maggie putting a little too much hyzer on that one, but see Eden here. Yeah, knew it right out of her hand.
Yep, she knew immediately it was just a little too much hyzer and a little too high. Oh, great putt.
Nice bogey save there from Maggie.
Looks like she had some awkward footing there, but she does clean up her par nicely. You don't want a big putt in a headwind.
Nope. We see Molly tapping in her birdie there.
Great birdie. All right, finally we get to hole 18. So this is a 337-foot par 3. We do have a Mando on the telephone pole here. The horse pasture and road are OB. Players want to land somewhere, ideally on the right-hand side here to have a nice look. This one's a scary putt. It's an elevated basket with OB right behind it. Molly's up first from her beautiful tap-in birdie.
Oh.
Looks like a great shot there. It's an ideal landing zone to give you a safe bid or just a layup for par.
Nikki putting a lot of hyzer on this one. Skips off the road, and I believe she'll be in bounds.
Yeah, it looks like it's just safe.
Maggie a little more inside. Looks like she'll still be in bounds, but on the other side of the road.
A little wide, but still safe by the Mando, and that gets her there on that right-hand side of the fairway to give her a little hyzer shot into the basket.
Keeps that nice and low, puts it right there. Beautiful upshot.
Beautiful shot from Molly. It looks like Maggie's giving us a soft bid here, but a nice layup there.
Go for it.
Everybody's goading her on to go for it. She gets scared at the last minute and lays up for par.
Very, very scary elevated basket. Oh.
And that's the danger that can come with this basket. Oh man, you hate to see it.
Yeah, this elevated basket right next to the OB especially can be very scary, even on the shortest of putts.
Yeah, and with the wind going on, anything can happen. You can see the rest of the card here cleaning up for their pars on the hole. So that concludes the back nine of round one. Thank you guys for watching, and we hope that you join us on the next one. So like and subscribe to HyzerMedia, and we will catch you on the next one. Some great coverage out here from the ladies, working hard on this course. Absolutely stunning. Thank you so much to our sponsors and our volunteers. Our card for day two is going to be Lori Merriman, Naya Cruz, Nikki Ross, and Molly Moore.
Yeah. Lori shooting that hot 7-down round. Almost 1,000 rated, but definitely putting out an impressive round.
For sure. You can really appreciate. So check it out. We're at day two, and make sure you like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. We'll catch you on the next one.